What if I told you that the secret to becoming a millionaire in investing isn't to be smarter, but to be dumber? Would you believe it? This is a true story about two friends. Let us call them Jack and Anna, 20 years ago. They graduated from college and both had saved up $10,000 to start investing together. Jack was the smart one. He subscribed to all the financial news and spent hours every day studying stock charts. His goal was clear: buy low, sell high. When the market dipped, he'd rush in excitedly to buy the dip. When the market soared, he'd watch nervously, trying to sell at the absolute peak. His emotions were a roller coaster, rising and falling with the market's waves at parties. He was always the one talking about insider tips and the next big thing. Anna, on the other hand, chose what seemed like a dumb method. She also put her $10,000 into a simple index fund. Then, she set up an automatic transfer. Every single month, regardless of whether the market was up or down, she would invest $500 from her salary into that same fund, like clockwork. And then, she never looked at it again. She didn't read the news. She didn't study charts. She spent all her time on her career and her life. To Jack, Anna was just throwing money away with her eyes closed. There were several times when the market was crashing, yet Anna's $500 was still invested on schedule. Jack thought she was crazy, and when the market was booming, Jack would laugh at her. See, you should have invested more at the bottom investing now. The cost is so high. And so, 20 years passed. In those 2 decades, the market experienced wild bull runs and crushing bear markets. Finally, the day of reckoning arrived. Jack, the smart market timer, had a few glorious victories over the years. He caught a few surges, but more often than not, he sold in a panic or bought at the peak of greed. His initial $10,000, plus the money he sporadically invested, had turned into $95,000. Not bad, right? Then, all eyes turned to Anna, the one who had been dumb for 20 years. She opened her investment account, and when the number appeared on the screen, everyone fell silent. Her account balance was $1.2 million. Why? How? Jack couldn't understand. The lawyer and financial advisor explained the principle behind it, a principle so simple it was brutal. Jack tried to predict the market, but what he was really trying to predict was the collective emotion of hundreds of millions of people. A feat not even a god could achieve. What he thought was the bottom was often just a ledge on the way down. What he thought was the peak was often followed by an even higher summit. All of his decisions were controlled by 2 things, fear and greed. But Anna, the dumb investor, was using a strategy that is both praised by Wall Street and goes against every human instinct: dollar cost averaging. The core of this strategy isn't prediction, it is discipline. When the market price was high, her $500 bought fewer shares of the fund. But when the market crashed and everyone else was selling, her automatic $500 investment was, at the lowest point, buying up large quantities of cheap shares. She didn't need to guess where the bottom was, she just needed to persist. Every market crash was a disaster for Jack, but for Anna's account, it was an automatic, perfect clearance sale. She used the same amount of money to acquire far more assets than anyone else. Over 20 years, she quietly, in every moment of others' fear, accumulated the cheapest building blocks for her financial empire. When the market eventually recovered, the assets she had bought at a discount unleashed their astonishing power. She won, not because she was smarter than Jack, but precisely because she admitted she wasn't smart enough, so she chose to trust discipline and time rather than her own split. Second, judgment. So, the next time you see the market crashing and everyone is screaming, remember the story of Jack and Anna. Do you choose to act like a smart person and sell everything in a panic? Or do you act like a dumb person and calmly buy more of the future, now on sale?